I don't know if this video is gonna go up or not.
So last night, reactionary YouTuber Blair White uploaded a video on her YouTube channel titled "I'm Done." And like any red-blooded American person, I fucking clicked it. You know, I don't want to support her channel because I don't support her reactionary views. I think they're incredibly problematic and bad. But alas, I fucking clicked it. And to be honest, I've always had a little bit of a soft spot for Blair. She's always stood out amongst the reactionary anti-SJW YouTube community to me. I think not just for being transgender. I think she has an element of sincerity there. Maybe I'm being duped, but she has always seemed a little more sincere. Like, for example, she was brave enough to call out some of her fellow anti-SJW reactionary YouTube peers when she made a video basically just saying how a lot of her peers are pretty much just fucking actors who don't believe what they're saying and who literally hire protesters to go to their events to protest them so they can be like, oh, my free speech, like afterwards. And it's a genius marketing ploy, but I did admire that she called her out. But anyway, I'll watch the fucking video.
So here's the truth about my family. I have been disowned, erased, abandoned by my entire dad's side of the family. And you guys know my dad is dead. I have been told flat out by my grandmother that it's because I'm transgender that no one wants anything to do with me.
Well, that's fucking intense. Last night when I watched this, I was really high, but I literally was like crying. And I don't want to be too nice to Blair White because I really don't like the stuff that she does, but I do think from watching this video it kind of highlighted why she does what she does, and she kind of elaborates it more in the video. But the thing is, in this video she talks about how she wasn't being completely honest about her transition, like in interviews and stuff, because she just really wasn't ready to talk about it. And I think also part of it is Blair's really gone above and beyond to make herself more digestible to like your standard like heteronormative person. You know, she's always tried to be like the perfect trans person who's never upset about anything, who doesn't want any rights, who literally is always like passing and doesn't believe in non-binary, and you know, all that shit. Like literally just be trans without causing any type of discomfort. So she's established herself as being that, but at the expense of putting down other trans people, being like, I'm not like those crazy SJW trans people. I'm not like freaking out like them. I'm just normal. Like, and you know, her tactic has been effective. She has gained acceptance by a certain element, or I guess a larger element of America, you know, like people who are reactionary alt-right people, and it's a little complicated. I don't think it's like a net positive that she's now, some alt-right people are like, oh, some trans people are okay as long as they fit this very narrow, rigid standard of respectability that Blair White does. But at the same time, it is like, you know, really shitty people all of a sudden being like kind of open to trans people, you know? And it's like, do you think that'll lead to incremental change, or is it just, and then, you know, not a net positive whatsoever? It's just like harmful in the long run. I don't know. But anyway, if you keep watching, you can kind of see more about Blair White and where she's coming from, I guess.
My gay uncle, actually right when my dad died, like probably like the day after, blocked me on all social media and wants nothing to do with me. My grandfather feels that I was dead to him after my 8th grade graduation, where I didn't want to cut my hair. My hair at the time was that like old scene kid hair, maybe like 2 or 3 inches longer than a buzz cut. And that was enough for him to say that I was dead to him, and that from that point on he didn't have a grandchild. I'm the only grandchild in the family.
So this is all some pretty horrific shit, but it was what she says right here that I was literally like crying.
Anytime I've been lucky enough to do television, I've always like tried to contact my family just to be like, hey, like, you know, turn on this channel at this time, just because I thought maybe if they see that I'm successful and I'm not some like horrible transgender stereotype of a prostitute or like a just a desolate like person, that maybe they would come around and say, maybe, you know, Blair's not that bad.
Wow. So I think that clip right there pretty much sums up my entire thinking of why she's come to like be this reactionary figure, is that she just thought that if she could just be normal and distance herself enough from like the bad trans people, that she would gain the love and acceptance. That was all she wanted. She just wanted to be accepted for who she was. And she didn't get that from her family, but she did get that from a huge amount of people online. She has like 500,000 followers on her YouTube channel. And I don't want to excuse her views because it's been at the expense and it's harming a lot of trans people, you know? She's fed into very negative stereotypes of trans people as being like, I don't know, these like SJW freaks who like want to, I don't even know, like challenge gender norms or something crazy like that. Like, I don't know what, I don't know, whatever. But she, you know, so she really appeals to transphobic people, but it's almost like, wow, maybe she's ultimately trying to appeal to like her transphobic family, and it's so fucking sad that she's done everything right, you know, and she's reached like a really big level of success, you know, and she's settling down with someone. She's living as normal and successful life as any other, you know, cis heteronormative like straight person does, and to still be completely disowned by her family, I think it's really sad. But so here's my, in conclusion, once again, I do not condone any of her views. I totally disagree with them. I think they're very, very bad, wrong ideas. But that being said, I have a prediction that ultimately, as Blair grows and develops as a person, I do think that she can move through her trauma, and via that she'll be able to reflect more on the views that she's acquired and the views that she's espoused, and maybe realize that a lot of that was stemming from other insecurities in her life and seeking validation. So I will say props to her. I don't know, part of me thought she might take the video down because it is really brave, especially in like the alt-right like sphere, which isn't very accepting of vulnerability and sensitivity and emotions or nuance or anything. I thought it was pretty brave and interesting that she posted that video, and I don't know, it gave me a glimmer of hope, just like when she called out the other anti-SJWs, that, you know, maybe in good time she will be blue-pilled, or I don't know, we'll see. That's my little hopeful prediction. But yeah, so thanks for watching. I don't know, bye.